Yeah, welcome everybody. Andrew, welcome.
Thanks, guys. Don't forget all the betting from soccershop.bet. Good.
Yeah, welcome to the Coastal Boys. We at Kenilworth for Saturday's meeting, kicking off in race 1, 20 past 12. Soccer shop betting. They always give you a strike and they give you early betting. They're the first to price up in the countries. Shout out to Lance Michael and his team. Race 1. The betting goes as follows. 7-2, tag and release. That also has actually been backed in. That's been backed into 5-2. Raban 33-10, Made in Chelsea 33-10, Redford 33-10. So quite a difficult race. Over to you, Andrew.
Sure. First race of the day. What I've seen, Made in Chelsea. There was money on debut. He should come on for the run. Tag and release, very consistent. 2 places from both starts. Ramadan, the fortune factor, will have to improve. Thought the 33-10 looked a bit skinny, even though the last run was in a feature. But the way Andrew's riding on his return, 2 from 2 midweek, he could boot this one home. And Warrior of Destiny from the Pit Buerta yard, another that, even though has only never placed. And this is the horse where Louis Makota got off, jumped back on and ran forth and got disqualified because he got dislodged at the start and he got back on and finished fourth. Warrior of Destiny with Bungani on board. For me, I'm not going to spend too much time. I thought Made in Chelsea, probably the horse to beat. And if I was looking for an outsider for the trifecta, I'd include Warrior of Destiny. I thought the run behind Red Spice, 4 lengths, was quite decent. But then it did disappoint with 7 lengths behind Lady Jean, who struggled at Durban on his first start. Not a race I get too involved with. For me, I think I'd be having a small bet on Made in Chelsea and taking swingers and trifectas with Warrior of Destiny.
Agreed.
Nothing to add?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, just the other horse that I make a serious run is Tag and Release. That horse will win in his next start or 2. So last time out, he made a lot of ground up. He wasn't really in the race for most of the race. So I would respect him. He's my first choice, Tag and Release. But not an easy race.
I think like the card. I think the card is quite a difficult card.
Very testing.
Quite tricky.
Yeah.
Nice, tricky. Decent value to be had. It's 1,000 meters. Not going to spend too much time on this race. Enticement, entitled to be favourites. Has run a second and a third. JP Van der Merwe rides for the Bosses, for Justin Snaith. Stable that's in form. Probably spending lots of money as we speak at the sales. Another race I'm getting involved in. I think if there's any first timer that can run, will probably win this race. I wasn't enamoured by the horses that have run. Even the Paulies, World of Secrets, Keegan DeMello on board behind Preacher Man. As I said, not a race I'm getting too involved in, more a watch for the future. And Enticement deserves to be favourite, but I wouldn't be piling it.
Okay, I agree. Let's move on to race 3.
Right. Race 3, the Gallop Form Apprentice Maiden Plate over 1,000 metres. The betting is as such as I think the race is. 22-10, he drives me crazy. Sicily, a touch under 5-2. 28-10, African Wild Dog. Shetu, 11-2. 8-1, Mrs. Shackleton. And Right Your Own Ticket, the rest. Aptly named, an apprentice race over 1,000 metres with 2 unraced horses that look like they are not fancied, and the horses that have run no real form to suggest a punt in this race. Rochetu, there's been money for on a couple of occasions, number 2. I think it's Edward Miller claiming 4. He's had a couple of wins. There'd been money for the last 2 starts for this horse, but has shown absolutely nothing. Maybe you can forgive its second last run in the Work Riders race. He got awkwardly placed. He was eased. He was cutting 2. But 11-2, I'm not sure I'm piling into it. African Wild Dog from the Snaith Yard, Baron Jodi on board, claiming the 4, ran 10th of 12 lengths behind on start, on debut, and he's now 3rd favourite. Sicily's had 15 starts for 6 places, and then he drives me crazy. The one with the best outlook in the race has only had 7 starts for 3 places. Bungani on board, claiming 2.5 kilos. Pit Buerta Yard, had a winner, broken the duck, and I think this will probably be the horse to beat in this apprentice race. Ran behind Vologov last start. Troy Setut is also running tomorrow, so we can see how that goes tomorrow. Running later on in the day, so we can't use it as a form line. But his running is probably the best. It is an apprentice race. and the pace can be very muddling or very quick in these races. And as I said, the two first timers look ice cold. Roshetto, I can't have it 11. The two Sicily's had a zillion starts. My first pick really drives me crazy. Like you sometimes.
Yeah, 100%. I can't blame you for that. All right, so tread cautiously. Pressing on to race 4. Do you want to do the betting for us, Andrew?
Sure, Hilton. Race 4. A maiden plate for fillies and mares over 1,200 metres. The betting is as such. Blue Lagoon, 18 to 10. Future Red, 33 to 10. Before Sunrise, 5 to 1. Piterack, 13 to 2 with Scandalize. 12's and better the rest. Blue Lagoon, you must have watched that a few times.
Yeah, is that the one with Brooke Shields? I tend to
I think that is. And isn't that the one? Isn't Blue Lagoon down in Durban where you're going to have a good curry and
couple of shots and mutton curries? Yeah, lamb curries.
and a good bunny? Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Kick on, Hilt. Kick on.
All right,
You
yeah.
do race.
On his last run, Blue Lagoon is the one to beat. I mean, Andre Nell did say last time that she will need the run, and she did. She just about got home. I think so. Obviously, the one to beat. I make this horse Future Red a serious runner though, because that first start, and Ibusu, Richard, the horse was very green, made up a lot of ground late, and was racing wide. The last time late progress, so I think probably better back to 12. Just due to the fact that it's at Kenilworth instead of Durbanville. Nice long straight. So I think Future Red is a danger. I want to give confidence to the boys for Blue Lagoon, but I'm a little bit in the back of my mind a bit worried about Future Red, but I make it a 2-horse race.
Fair enough. I do believe Blue Lagoon is the horse to beat. Somebody somewhere came out and ran a cracking second against South of France on Wednesday.
Yes.
I think 1,200 is probably Blue Lagoon's correct distance. Future Red is dropping from 1,400 where he ran on last start to 3 lengths behind Little Nimbus. I think Future Red out of Futura probably needs further. And the interesting other runners for me were Before Sunrise, who ran in the same race, excuse me, as Blue Lagoon, even though beaten 2 lengths, was running on, Chad Little on board, could be there in the trifectas. And the horse for me that I'm going to be throwing in a swinger and a trifecta would be number 8, Scandalize. Ungani on board, claiming the 2.5 kilos, ran behind Iona Castle last time, over 1,000 meters. Did stop, but I think the blinkers will help this time. Second run blinkers, third run after a rest. And I think if anything was going to trouble Blue Lagoon, I think it would be Scandalize, and Future Red will be running on late. But I think if the stable wasn't as cold as it has been, even though they did have a winner on Wednesday, the Nell Yard, I think this horse would be much shorter, and I think you probably might get value, and I think it will win.
All right. Okay, guys, moving on to race 5. It's a perfectly placed apprentice class 5 on the turf, 1,200 meters. Kenilworth, the betting is as follows. Winter Pearl, 3 to 1. Ozark, also 3 to 1. Jetta 1, 3 to 1. So they're betting 3 to 1 each of 3. 5 to 1, Von Bush. Fort Red, 6 to 1. And Avignon, 7 to 1. Gravity, 7 to 1. Yeah, so a small race, small field, open betting, very hard to evaluate. Andrew, take it away.
Tough race. These apprentice races are never easy. I think Winterpool, I wasn't in the betting joint favourites, Ozark, Jet 1 and Winterpool. I wasn't sold on Ozark. So I've taken out 25% of the market. For me, I thought it was between Winterpool, who beat Jet 1 last time, Varun Jury on board today. That was at Durbanville. He has won over course and distance. He had a few starts, win in 7 places over course and distance, Winterpool. Ricky Maingard's stable just seems to be ticking over, doing nothing wrong.
Yes.
And I thought a horse to trouble him would be Bon Bouche from the Shane Humby yard. Delay rides with 2.5 claimer, apprentice race, will probably lead. I wasn't quite sure if the 1,200 would suit, but I think in a race that seems quite weak, I think this will have a chance to get away. He deserves a bit of luck, Shane Humby. His horse Kisses got totally wiped out on Wednesday. He was coming out the rail. I don't know what the boy on the other horse thought. It took him right out. He would definitely have placed. I think he ended up 5th or 6th with that horse called Kisses. It was an outsider, but ran a cracker. Jet 1, the other one in the betting with Plyke, is on board, the best jockey. That's why he's ridden his winners. That's why he doesn't claim in this race. He's riding Jet 1. He rode He ran behind Winterpool last start. He gave it a bit of a hiding. I see crop misuse. So McLaughlin Yard, another one that's been firing all the time. Denny Le Breton's had quite a few winners. But this is a tough race, being an apprentice race. For me, it's the two that I'd be with would be Winterpool and Bon Bouche.
I won't argue on that. You on that one.
Thank you.
Moving on to race 6. It's a race coast incentives powered by Hollywood Bets Stakes. Betting is as follows from our man who's not scared to lay a bet, Lance Michael at soccershop.bet. Dark Song trading 5-2. Elegant Noble 5-1. The Night Theory 6-1. Red State 6-1. 7-1 back in the fast lane. 10-1 and bigger the rest. 12-1 and bigger the rest. Right. Andrew, do you want to take it away?
Certainly. A few runners in this race, quite a trappy heat. I think the favourite deserves to be 5-2. Just from Z, 5 runs for a win in 2 places. Vanby Amaya last start, a good second. He looked like he was going to win with Andrew Fortune aboard. Andrew Fortune sticks with his horse. I do think he is the horse to beat. Elegant Noble, for me, had a squeak, but I do believe the draw of 13 is not going to help at all. As Richard Ferry on board, who could negate that, but I found a lurker in this race. I think the favourite will be the one to beat, but I found there's some value, a little each way bet in this race, and it is, let me get to the horse. Number 1, Beautiful Side, Eric Sands, Calvin Abib, drawn 1. Has been just off them the last couple of races. Course and distance form is a second and a third from 2 starts, and for me at 14-1, I've been a nice each way bet on this one. That would be my play in the race.
I agree. For the guys playing the exotics, don't leave out Red State. That was won very well last time, so that's also a serious runner. Stable of Main Guard is very, very well. I would respect that horse. With a claimer up again. All right. Moving on swiftly to race 7. Here we go to a 1,000-meter Gallop TV Apprentice C Stakes up the straight Kenilworth. And the betting is as follows from our good friend Lance Michael at soccershop.bet. Winter Pirate 2-1, 22-10. Lyrical Gangster 3-1. Troy Sip Kui 9-2. Palace Gift.
Did you do French at school?
No, not my game, that Andrew. Woodley 6-1, Shifting Path 8-1, and 10-1 and bigger the balance. So, do you want to take it away, Andrew?
Certainly. My nap on the card. My best bet, Andrew's Arrows, Winter Pirate, Blaine Mark Jacobson. He's either leading the Apprentice Championship or he's one behind. He rides Winter Pirate for the Sands Yard, a stable that's in form. He's had 3 starts, a third, a second, a first. I think he'll have another one next to his name. I think he will take a power of beating in the 1,000 meters. Normally these races are run at a quick pace. I think he'll get something to tow behind or even lead. It makes no difference. I think it'll produce him at the right time. He's riding out of his socks, and I think this will win quite easily. If I was looking to take a swinger with something, I'd be taking with Palace Gift, another Humby horse, one of the course and distance, Evan Pillay on board. That's the race for me, really. I thought these apprentice races are generally quite difficult, but I thought this one was cut and dried for me. I like Winter Pirate to kill tomorrow. Lyrical Gangsters had a couple of runs. The 4-kilo Claimer does help. Ran behind Flying Finley, who ran second midweek last start, but then was quite comfortably beaten by Moody Blue over 1,000 meters. No, for me, I think this is the best bet on the card, Winter Pirate.
I agree with you totally, Andrew. We labelled it last time as an aimer. Keegan rummed home on this horse. 1,000 meters up the straight, Kenilworth, absolutely perfect. 2.5 off of 55.5. Very, very lightweight. It's on the up, so I agree with you. Very hard to beat.
And your China's horse, Kelp Forest, not a mention?
No, not a mention on that one. I think it's probably
too short.
Too short.
I think it's too short.
Too short, and might need another run or two to come into himself.
Fair enough. Maybe they're setting it up for something. Because it did win a decent race on Meta, I remember, or one of the big meetings.
Kelp Forest can certainly quicken up on his day, but I think 1,000 will be too sharp for him. Prefer the improver Winter Pirate. Okay, moving on. We are now on to race 8, which is the Lucky Fish Mystic Fortune Class 4. for fillies and mares. Range distance 1500 meters, and the betting is from Lance Michael at soccershop.net. Only weakness 4-1. Mia 4-1. Girl Magic 5-1. Mighty Mary 5-1. 8-1, and better the rest. Do you want to take it away, Andrew?
A very tough race over the 1500 meters. My only weakness, Adam Marcus seems to have the coming on look, third in his second last two starts. Deserves to be up in top of the boards. I think has every chance. Amaya has won 2 in a row, beat Log Song and Beautiful One. Born out offer on board. Not sold on this one, drawn 4. Beautiful breeding. Vercingetrix out of River Jetes by Jetmaster. I don't think he could get better. But I'm not sold at Amaya. Could be anything. I could have pie in my face. I don't mind eating a pie or two, but I don't think, not for me. I think the race hinges on number 6, Girl Magic, Shane Humby, Andrew Fortune. He won on the source before, beating Dream Searcher. Louis McCotler came out last start and beat Cream Regent over 1600. A tough race. If I was having a bet, I'd be backing Girl Magic each way. I almost feel it's a free each way bet because you're going to get your money back. If I was looking for a horse for the trifectas or quartets to try and make it pay, it would be number 11, Ibisu. Also likely race from the Lucinda Woodruff yard. Ran in a class 4 last time behind Joe Lacadon, flying at the finish. So if they go super fast, Ibisu could be catching them and could surprise. I think it's quite a big price. The last I saw was like 12-1 Ibisu. Favourite deserves to be what it is. You can see by the betting that it seems an open race, 9-2 the field. A Maya joint favourite, wasn't sold on that. Thought Girl Magic, every chance, a free bet. I think you get your money back. I can't see Andrew Fortune missing on this. And Ibisu for the trifecta or the quartets to make it pay.
Yes, in a tricky race, I would also include Hunga Tonga on that run to Reed Petit. Was an excellent run at Kenilworth. So I'd respect that horse as well. And that run to Educate was also very good. Although he was short.
Are you dating a girl in the main guard yard? I mean, jeez. I mean,
I wish.
every...
No, but I respect Ricky Maingard, and I think his stable's really ticking along nicely. So I think this horse can be there.
Fair enough. Nothing wrong with that.
All right. And moving on to race 9.
The Lucky Last.
The Lucky Last. Right. This is a Bright Future Open Maiden, 1400 meters. Betting is as follows from Lance Michael at soccershop.net. .net. Charlie Bucket 5-2, Mercenary 4-1, Ferryman 9-2, Love from Afar 6-1, and they're betting 8s and better the rest. Do you want to take it away, Andrew?
No, you kick on. I know this is one of your each way plays.
All right. Yeah, I've got a horse here that I've been following. Unfortunately, we got 2 minor dangers, so I can't tell the boys to empty out. But this horse that Keegan DeMello is riding for Lucinda, I've been following this horse, and he is called Mercenary. Drawn 10, but I'm not too worried about that because he'll bounce it out. He goes handy. That's not an issue at all. He's got excellent form. He's waiting to climb into the winner's box. Now being gelded, so form has been frank. Prairie Dawn came and won again. Not immediately thereafter, but Prairie Dawn has won twice. So I think he's got the form in the book. I mean, obviously, you do have immediate dangers. Ferryman is not a cheap horse. And decent form. And then the other danger is Charlie Bucket. Excellent form, was flying last time. But for me, Keegan DeMello on this horse, they'll be the one to beat. And decent price, 9-2.
No, I think that the race doesn't look too deep for me. I thought it would come from the top 4 in the betting. I do think Charlie Bucket will be the horse to beat. You'll be holding your breath because it'll be flying at the finish. 2 cracking runs last start. And finishing like a train behind Green Choice and Super Viking. The expensive horse, which was backed on that day, Ferryman in the Keegan Alder de Meyer, Calvin Abib on board today behind Green Choice. Over-raced, 1 pace. I mean, cost 2.8 million. And an Elyard that's quite quiet, even though they did have a winner. I think Charlie Bucket, Patrick Crayo, JP Van der Merwe for the bosses, I think will be for me, that was nearly my best bet on the day. I was just worried about the pace in the race. It might come from Royal Influencer. Andrew might get to the front and slow it down, knowing that Charlie Bucket needs a pace to win. that unless something else, Mercenary might go, your two horses, Mercenary and Royal Influencer might cut each other's throat up front. That's what I'm hoping for Charlie Bucket. But if they don't if Andrew slows it down and Mercenary doesn't go because he's drawn 10, he might struggle to get in from the 10 draw. That would be my slight worry with Mercenary.
Yeah,
And the rest, Royal Clinton, Oswald Notes, also another one that'll be there and thereabouts. But for me, I thought Charlie Bucket was the horse to beat, and I do think that yours, Mercenary, has a chance, and Andrew Fortune, Royal Influencer, riding at the top of his game, might control the race. Even though I got beaten behind Super Viking, he was blowing like me after walking up the stairs last start, and I think Royal Influencer could be anything in this race. But I do think Charlie Bucket, for me, is the one to beat, and hopefully it fights it out with Mercenary, one of your fancies.
Yeah, each way. I'm suggesting each way bet. Cover your book. It won't be out the first three, I would say. Mercenary. Right. Thanks so
everybody.
much, Andrew. Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
guys. Thanks, everyone behind
Happy
the
punting.
scenes. Stay
Cheers,
safe and be lucky.